Hey guys, it's Ilana and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to get over those first date fears because we all know how terrifying that can be. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm a single girl navigating the dating world here in San Francisco. I've been doing this all on my own for 7.5 years living the single life. So if you're a single girl doing the same thing that I am, hit the subscribe button down below and ring the bell and join the Kitten Squad. I post new videos every Monday, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about the first thing that you need to do in order to not be so scared about your first date with someone new. The best thing that you can do is to keep the date very simple. Whether it's going out and getting a drink or grabbing a coffee or maybe even just getting lunch, something really simple that can literally just be only an hour long, that is going to be your best bet. Because the more simple that your date is, the easier it is for it to go by as quickly as possible. And then you will realize, oh, I just rocked this date and I just got over my fears. And that way, when you keep it simple, it will really take your mind off your date and all those fears that you had because it's a lot easier than you thought it was. Let's go on to the next one. So the second thing that you can do to overcome your first date fears is to wear something that is going to be very comfortable for you. And what I mean by this is wearing something that you are going to feel your best in. I made a whole video about like first date outfits that you can wear if you're grabbing a drink with someone. You can find that video right here to check it out. However, if you're not grabbing a drink, there's always different things that you can do. You can always do a quick Google search on something on what you can wear to dress up for your date. But the key is to be comfortable. You don't want to go on a first date wearing something that you're not comfortable in. You want to feel your best and look your best. And when you are rocking that outfit or your makeup or whatever it is to make yourself look and feel comfortable, that is going to really take away from your nerves of this first date because you look good and you feel good. Let's go on to the third thing. So this is gonna sound really cheesy for the third thing, but it is to do something that calms you down. If you're into meditation or reading a book or listening to a podcast, think about what calms you down when you're about to do something that's very nerve-wracking. I feel like doing something calming and relaxing really will ease those nerves down and you won't be thinking much more on your date. You'll be thinking more about the activity that you're doing to calm down and then you've kind of forgotten about how nervous you were. That's kind of what I go and I do when I'm going on a first date with someone new, is to do something that kind of relaxes me. That way I can go into this date feeling much more relaxed and in a better mindset. Let's go on to the fourth thing. The fourth thing that you should consider is to change your mindset and don't think anything negatively about the date. Because if you think that something is going to turn out to be really negative, it's most likely going to happen. So changing your mindset is going to really help when you go on a new date. And I know that sounds really cheesy also, but it's so true. Do not be negative. Do not think negatively. Do not think of the worst situation when you go on this date. Do not have any kind of expectations of what's gonna happen. Just enjoy the date in that moment and don't be negative because it's going to be a bad time. If you keep telling yourself it's going to be a bad time. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, so for the fifth thing is actually going to be once you're on the date. So if you're on the date and this person is talking a lot, this is actually really easy because they have presented themselves an easy opportunity on you because they're just gonna talk and talk about themselves and they're gonna lead that conversation and you won't have to worry about holding a conversation because if they're the ones that are able to carry that conversation, it's gonna make it easier on you to continue conversation and then it's gonna feel a lot more natural. Now let's say the opposite happens and you're the one that has to control the conversation, right? Just think of some easy topics to talk about other than work and where they grew up from. Really get a chance to get to know this person. Ask them more inspiring questions. Ask them what their dreams and what their hopes are. That can really get a person talking. You just have to think of things like what will make people talk? Really dig deep into that because that will also put the attention back on them, and when you focus more on them and not you, that will really distract you from being so nervous about the date. Let's go on to the last tip. For the final tip, and this is going to be very cheesy, but just breathe. Because you have nothing to worry about. It's just a first date. Because if that date really was just a nightmare, then that person probably wasn't for you in the first place. And you will know that the right person who comes along will continue to bring you joy and life into your upcoming dates. And that these dates won't be bad. And these dates won't make you nervous. So just remember to just breathe and to just have fun in that moment. I promise it's not as bad as it sounds when you go on a first date. You should just be excited. Be excited, treat this new date like it's a new beginning and see where it goes from there. And if nothing happens from it, then that's okay. That clearly wasn't your person, and that's all right too. I hope you enjoyed those 6 things on how to overcome your fears when it comes to a first date. I hope it helped you. And if it did help you, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!